after going back and watching the tape, what were kind of the biggest things that stood out from the Mississippi State game?
A lot of good things. Then when they went on the 18-0 run, a couple turnovers that you can't have, and we did miss some shots through there, missed some free throws, and allowed them to get feeling good. And they made some threes and cut back into it. And even through that time, for the most part, we executed and got the look that we wanted. We just didn't make it. But it was the pick six turnovers that there's nothing you can do about it. And in terms of trying to defend it, other than taking care of the basketball, I thought the effort was good defensively. Still can get better, which we're going to keep trying to get better with it. But overall, the effort was there.
How much was it an emphasis to get JP and Felix going early?
Well, not just early. We want to keep them going throughout. That's one of the big things that was the takeaway from film yesterday. They were playing really good basketball, and we got away from them a little bit. And so it's a matter of being consistent. They got to continue to do their job screening. The more they screen, and they're getting better playing out of the pick and rolls, and obviously people are going to make adjustments to it. And when they make adjustments, we have to make our adjustments. But we need those guys. We need balance, and the more balance we get, the better we're going to be.
How would you kind of assess Bishop's offensive performance? Had a lot of assists and wasn't the most efficient shooting. What did you kind of make of all that?
Well, I mean, we're watching Bishop just get better and better every day, and I want him to become really one of the best players in the country, and I think he's got the ability to do it. He's worked hard. I had great respect for the way he came in here as a freshman behind players that he knew that were going to play, but yet he was willing to learn from those guys, which I do think he did. And this year being thrust into a situation where he's not afraid to take on any challenge that we give him. We knew that his offense would continue to be a work in progress, which I think that is with most guys as they continue to learn the game. And I think as he's got to slow himself down on offense because he plays at such a rapid, competitive pace defensively, which you can almost like a reckless abandon type, which you can do, but you can't do that on offense. So but he'll get there. I mean, he's already starting to get there, and I just think the more he plays the game, the more the offensive end is going to slow down for him.
How does LSU challenge this team defensively?
Well, again, great respect for Matt. They've had to deal with injuries, which always sets everybody back, and just the fact that they continue to play really, really hard. He's going to have them ready to play like he always does, and they will do some different things defensively that will present problems, and if we don't take care of the ball, they'll take advantage of it.
You guys have given up leads. You've also rallied from down double digits to win some games. What does that say about the team on both ends of that spectrum?
Well, that's basketball in some, because when a team gets down, they're going to get aggressive. Start, maybe some teams just put their heads down and just start driving, trying to get to the foul line, trying to get you to foul. And some teams might just start coming down, shooting threes and start making them. And then on the other end, you still got to, like the other night when they made that run, we had great shots. We didn't make them. We missed free throws, didn't make them. And so momentum can change. And when you feel like you're coming back, you get a team on its heels, you feel good, and you're going to stay aggressive. But the other night when that was happening, Nate really stepped up and made a couple of really good plays there at the end. But it goes back defensively. You got to, and even the threes they made, one of them was definitely a defensive breakdown. And it was because of a missed shot, just didn't get back and match up the way we need to. I've always felt that basketball is a game of runs. I believe in every possession is important and how quickly it can turn. If you start taking shots you shouldn't take or turn the ball over, I've always believed that your defense gets the lead for you and your offense has to keep it. But if you're not making shots, the game gets tough. It really does. It gets tough.
Going off on that, how much does it help this team moving forward that they were able to withstand that run and not let it kind of spitball and be able to, like you said, Nate kind of taking over and be able to withstand that?
Well, I would like to think our guys understand that we're in a league that are so many. I mean, the teams are so well coached and so many good players. They're not going to quit. They're going to keep playing. So when you talk about a big lead in the first half, there's so much time to go back. You know, the 3-point shot too. I mean, you can be up 12 points and come down and get good shots and miss them, and they go down and hit 2 threes. It's a 6-point game, 2-possession game, and so it's basketball. But the mentality part, momentum's a big part of it too. That's why you've got to. There's a standard that you've got to play with every day, and especially I think defensively, coaches can't coach making shots. We can't. I know players want to make shots, but if they don't, you like to think that we're going to work at trying to get an offensive rebound, but sometimes you can't. But on the defensive end, when you're not making shots is where you really can't have breakdowns, and the biggest part is you cannot turn the ball over and let them get down and get easy buckets. But when you have a lead, we tell them, and players do have a tendency sometimes to relax because they look at a 15, 18-point lead, they start playing the scoreboard, and you can't play the scoreboard. You got to play yourself, and you got to play your opponent. You got to play the clock. You got to play all of it. Some of it's maturity, some of it is, and some of it's a lack of maturity. So we still, every day, we're teaching, trying to continue to teach these guys about the game and how quickly it can turn on a dime on you.
There's been a lot of discussion about Jalen Carey trying to find some consistency. He was in the gym last night getting some shots up. What does that say about him, like his work ethic and trying to find that consistency?
Well, I think he sees it more and more every time. I don't think there's any question. When he sees film, we're talking about him playing with more speed. And I think most players, when they play the game, if you ask them right after the game, most players will probably tell you they played hard. Then I think when they see the film, I think they're shocked because I don't think they don't want to play hard. But it's a hard game to get out of your comfort zone. I mean, it really is. You've got to want to really push beyond and fight through fatigue. You got to fight through. I mean, everybody's out there playing, but there's a level you got to get to, and then you got to push through it. You got to keep pushing. I think Jalen's trying to figure out how to do that, and the only way he's going to do it is by a work ethic. And it's not in games, it's every day in practice. You're going to always come back to your habits. I've seen very few guys that can flip the switch when it comes game time, and even if they can do that, at some point during the game, they're going to plateau, and if they haven't put the work in to fight through that, they're not going to be able to fight through it. So it goes back to your daily habits.
What did you see from Nate in the first half, and how did he put 2 halves together?
I thought, again, Nate, I honestly, in the honesty, I thought he was tired because he's put a lot of time in. He works hard. Getting people are trying to be physical with him from the get-go. He can't even make a cut without guys trying to hang on to him. But he's working harder defensively. But even with that, he still impacts the game. And at the end, when we were hitting that skid right there, he was the one that stepped up and made some good offensive plays for us.
After the game, after the game, you mentioned the energy level from the bench not quite being where you wanted it to be. Just how do you get those guys coming in on the second unit, bringing that energy?
Well, that's right, and we showed that yesterday. The energy should go up, but it's coming in and guys staying in their roles, and that's the most important thing because there's things that going in the game that you can't script all of it. You can't. There's just plays are going to happen. But understanding, but the one thing that they have to bring is that high level of energy on both ends. And we talked about it, and I think they did see it from just watching the film with it.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you guys.